Hello everyone, in this video I want to quickly go over the different sections of the retail purchase agreement, so when you sign at the dealership you'll have an idea of what's going on. So first I want to show the full page, and I took out my personal info, but I'll go over everything so you still know exactly what is there. This is the first section. Up top will be the dealership's name, their address, and their phone number. And below this will be a bunch of your personal information. But the most important bit of information, in my opinion, is the mileage statement, which is to make sure the odometer is accurate. Depending on the dealership you go to, they'll just go out and look at it themselves. Like when I went to this dealership, I didn't purchase from them, but for the mileage, one of the sales managers went out and just got it. I didn't verify it myself, but like if you go to Carvana, the person who delivers your vehicle will they'll ask for you. They'll ask you to look at it and give it, but I guess it might just depend on who's delivering it. But just know that you can always verify that yourself. Personally, I would take a picture of the odometer on the day I know I'm buying the car, so when I'm signing these documents, I'd have the correct mileage right in hand to verify on the documents. All this is important so you know your odometer is working and so that you can get the most value. For example, if you get a service contract. So all of the information in this next section is super easy to check by just getting the VIN number from the bottom right of the windshield and then searching that VIN on Carfax and verifying the info like prior use disclosure that you see at the bottom, and if the car is used or new, or even that the mileage matches up. I say this because of a lesson I learned while looking at this Jetta on CarMax. They only have the experience reports, at least at this time they did, but I really wanted to see the Carfax because that's what I was familiar with. The Carfax revealed a lot more about the accident this car had been in, and I'll show that. So you see in this experience report, at the top, it is from CarMax, and if you go down here, you'll see that an accident was reported, but there's not a lot of info on the accident. As you can see, so right here, this is where the accident was reported, and it gives a case number, which is interesting, but it doesn't give a lot of info on the accident. Sorry about that. So I got the Carfax, and as you can see, the last odometer reading is 56,429. So when I went over to the Carfax, it just gives more info, like this little graphic right here that shows moderate damage. I think that's nice. And down here it shows that where the damage was, left, front, right. And it also says that the vehicle was overturned. So my point in saying that is just like, I think that's important information to know, that the experience report that only comes with the car. The car didn't come with the Carfax. I bought this Carfax report. I just think that's important to know. Like, you can't just go by the experience report Or maybe you can't just go by the Carfax report, because as you can see, there's different things on each. Like this one gave a case number for the accident, but this one shows what the damage was, and also that the vehicle was overturned. I think that's really important to know, because I wouldn't want to buy a car that was overturned, and if I did, I would most definitely want like a price decrease, because I think this car was selling for the same amount of that other Jettas that hadn't been in accident. So I think that's really important. And also on this Carfax, not only did it reveal more about the accident, but it also showed a mileage inconsistency. Now this could just, like it says here, it could have been a clerical error, like they just entered in the wrong mileage by accident, or there could be something wrong with the odometer. And this goes back to what I was talking about, the making sure the odometer works. So you can take a picture of the odometer when you first get in the car for the test drive, and take a picture of it when you get out of the car for the test drive. It's not that hard to drive a mile, so in that time it should have changed. And something else, like I'm just giving advice. It's not like you have to follow all of these things, because when you go into the dealership, you're going to be so excited to get your car, especially if it's your first car. You're not going to remember all these things, but if you're going to like a small little lot dealership, you do have to be more careful, because they don't offer that many, they don't give that many guarantees. Like CarMax and Carfax, they have, periods where you can return your car. I think with CarMax is 30 days, and with Carvana is 7 days. So but like a small lot, you would want to make sure you do this, checking the odometer works, because once you buy the car, you're buying it as is, more than likely. I don't believe Carfax or Experian, I don't believe one is better than the other, but as you can see, like they both give different information, so I would say that it's just best to look at both of them. This next section looks like a big chunk of text that is confusing, but it really isn't. From what I understand, they're just saying the warranty and dealership are separate. So when you need a repair, your warranty company, not the dealership, is responsible. They are also saying that the car is being sold as is, and if the box right here that says used vehicle limited warranty applies is not checked below, or there is no service contract involved, they are not guaranteeing the implied warranty of merchantability, which states that at the time of purchase, your car will start and drive. Right below it, where it says contractual disclosure statement, used vehicles only, so if you're buying a new car, doesn't apply, states that the window sticker is part of the document. So I would just take a picture of it and keep it with the mileage pic that I took earlier, just so that I can have those two things together. So this next section, the trade-in vehicle information, I don't want to overcomplicate it. So just like you check the information in this section, do the same for the car you're trading in if you don't know the specifics. I know some people that don't know the year of their vehicle. They don't know the model, because some people are just getting a car to drive it. So if you don't know that, you can always, just like you did in this section, you can always just get the VIN number from the bottom right of your windshield or on the door frame, and look it up on Carfax or any other service and get this information, just like you did for your new car. This next section, other material understandings and integrated documents. These are two documents that you're going to see later on, and I will go over those when I get to them. but you want to make sure you read those through, and like I said, we'll go over them later. The next section is the doc fee. So there's a doc fee limit that is different for each state. To know the correct number, try to get the info from a news website, because I noticed that some of the blogs have incorrect info. Like, for example, I think this one blog said that in Indiana it should be $150 or like $180 or something like that, but the local news website for that area said $199. And I believe that this was the accurate one, because when I called around to like all the dealerships in this area, which has like a whole bunch of major dealerships, they all had $199 listed on their website, and even said $199. So I believe that $199 is actually the correct, and not $150 or $183 for Indiana. This is just for Indiana, for example. And then also know that some companies like Carvana don't even charge the doc fee. And last, this statement is basically the company protecting themselves, making sure that they are not held liable for any incident that can come up. And there's more details on the arbitration, the agreement to arbitrate, in I believe it's the next page, and which would be, I believe that would be video 3, because in this video 1, I just wanted to go over, the basic info like I just did on the first page of your retail purchase agreement. And in the next video, I want to go over I know they're called hidden fees, but I like to call it surprise fees, because it's not really hidden, because they do have all of the fees listed out here on this page, but they do surprise you, because, for example, I was only told about the doc fee that you can see is $199, but when I got there, this fee surprised me. I couldn't figure out how they calculated the taxes. There was, like I said, there were surprises. So in the next video, I'll go over those things.